Well, fam, I think I did something wrong. I've got 2 firecrackers sitting next to me, and I just don't know where this is going to go. You remember my guy, Gerald, from episode, I think 15, maybe 15, 16. He's back in the seat. Welcome back, Gerald.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Who invited you?
And then, of course, oh my gosh, his arch nemesis, bestie, love, hate, social media friend, our good friend Cheris Hodges. Cheris.
Hi. And just for the record,
Yes, we got to make some clarity.
I really do like Gerald in real life. I love Gerald and I love his family. They actually had me over for dinner once, but Gerald be on some bullshit. But okay.
But now I've been called to the mat because there were a few things in our previous episode that needs to be corrected. So we're gonna
allegedly corrected.
Excuse me, allegedly corrected.
Somebody's feelings got hurt and they weren't mine.
Correct. So go ahead and you two talk about it. Go on.
I don't think this is allegedly, but you did mention about men being in a relationship and not being faithful, and I think that you.
Who cares what you think? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Dear God.
I think that you would love to be in a committed relationship if you found the right person.
Gerald, you are wrong as 2 left shoes. I'm not dealing with nobody's son unless it is my great nephew, who I am going to spoil and teach him how to treat a woman properly.
So pretty much you don't want to mess with nobody raggedy son.
Exactly.
who's gonna take you down. But there are some good sons out there that are doing what they're supposed to do.
Good for them, and I hope that those good sons find your target audience, like Keith Lee likes to say after his food reviews, because it ain't me.
But why I gotta be a target? You might find somebody. You might find somebody to sweep you off your feet.
It's not gonna happen.
That's right.
Unless you're a janitor, I'm not getting swept off my feet.
Oh my goodness.
I am not. I no longer subscribe to the princess stereotype of, oh, here he comes, blah blah blah. Listen, I do not, at this big age, believe in compromise, believe in caring about somebody else's feelings, or believe in relationships.
So for you, relationships are dead?
Relationships are dead. I mean, you know what? We can go have coffee, we can have dinner, but we're not having an emotional or any other type of connection, because why? There's no need for that in my life. That's my life. You know, I am happy.
Clear that up, folks. Thank you for coming out, and have a wonderful evening.
I mean, I'm not saying that's for all people. There are people who want to happily ever after. There are people who want to be in a committed relationship and have the stereotypical American dream with the husband, wife, 2.5 kids, a dog. I do have a dog. I love my dog, but my dog is also a girl, so we ain't in a relationship either. That's my daughter. But there are people that want that. But you also have to recognize that there are several women in this world who realize that going to sleep alone without worrying about where that man is and what he doing feels so much better than going on social media, going to that group page of, is this your man? Seeing the pictures of this man with this woman and da 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 da.
That's a real page?
That is a real page. I'll send you the link.
It is.
It's probably some of your frat brothers on there.
Oh. My Lord, my God.
I don't drink, but I guess I should have had one before I sat down.
My goodness.
That's why I asked you who invited you.
So, okay. So,
I'm just saying, let's normalize women who do not want to be in relationships.
And that's okay. There are women out there that don't want to be in relationships. There are women out there that don't want to have kids. There are women that are very happy in their space. They're okay with going out on a date or two if they want to. But their piece is to come back home, go to bed by themselves, leave their home, and return back the same way that they left it.
Exactly.
Totally understandable. Totally understandable. But at some point, there could be a guy, not saying that you have to change your thinking, but you could be out somewhere. It could be that guy that tweaks and you're like, oh, okay, maybe. And have that thought and make you change just a little bit. Not saying that you got to compromise your thinking, but make you think differently and change that just for a second and say, well, maybe I'll give it a chance. See what happens. But still stay guarded. But then go where you want to go.
You know what? Relationships are like milk. They all have an expiration date. So I'm good with that. That's why I drink almond milk.
Really? Almond milk?
Almond milk.
Good night.
Almond milk lasts for like 2 months. So that's all you gonna get from me. You gonna get about 2 months.
So you want just a longer expiration date? That's what you want?
Because I like to ghost people. People act like ghosting is so bad.
Ghosting is actually good for your spirit.
It's good for your spirit, and it's good for your safety.
Ghost people?
Ghosting is very good for your spirit sometimes.
So y'all just randomly ghost men?
No, I mean you can ghost your friends, you can ghost your female friends, guy friends. I mean, shit, sometimes if you want to, you can ghost your job if you want to.
Ghosting is not a bad thing.
Ghosting is not bad.
But it's about keeping my peace.
Correct. But sometimes when you ghost, you do have to come back to some consequences. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
However.
Wait. Hold up, ma'am.
What?
Don't you have a shirt that say fuck your feelings?
I do have a shirt that say fuck your feelings.
So that's how I feel about ghosting. If I ghost you, fuck your feelings.
I do. I do have a shirt that
because if I
says
ghost you, I'm really literally never going to see you again because I know how to avoid things. I know how to avoid things where you will be. Some people can ghost others just to get their mind together to approach them to say, you know what, I can't fuck with you no more. Or you really messing up my shanana.
Wait a minute. So all this time, people have been complaining about men running around ghosting women, and y'all around here ghosting people, and then y'all around here not compromising.
Not y'all. Don't say y'all. She said she wouldn't compromise. I'll compromise to a point. Don't put everybody in.
I can't stand you.
Don't put everybody in that whole compromising thing now, sir. You cannot do that.
I come from the school of Eartha Kitt. Compromise for what? Okay. You talk about not compromising, and that's fine.
All relationships require compromise.
There has to be some type of...
I don't want a relationship, so what am I compromising
sometimes
for?
even a friendship calls for compromise.
But you know, friendships and relationships are totally different things. They are two totally different things. Because you know what? A friendship is a safe space that if it's a real friendship, it does not change. It does not change. You guys grow and develop together. A relationship... things change. And motherfuckers cheat.
Everybody done cheat?
Okay.
Well, I mean...
prove me wrong.
Everybody don't cheat.
But 98% of people do.
Where'd you get that statistic from?
I pulled it out my ass.
Oh, so you just pulling shit out your ass right now? No, y'all. Allegedly... on her end.
Y'all been using a lot of allegedly today. You need to get a lawyer.
Today is that's why I just started texting her right now.
You need to get a lawyer to come in and review some of this.
Yeah, because but like my grandma used to say, because I'm trying to remember the meaning of it, but like she said, friendship is just like hen shit. It's always going to be dropped here, and it can also be recycled, and you can also move on from it too. You can grow from it. But you can move on from it. So friendship is like hand shit. Okay, that's what my granny used to say.
And you know, you can drop a friend without any financial repercussions. If I had gotten married when I still believed in all that kind of stuff, you know, there would have been a nasty divorce. because I'm a nasty person.
And you said you petty.
And I'm very petty.
And you cry on that.
Very
you
petty.
are very proud to be petty.
I am very petty. So it
How
would.
petty are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
100.
So that's your life right there.
Yeah.
That's your life right
I
there.
mean, you start with me. You started.
Oh, so you straight
I'm
young bloods. If
finishing.
you don't give
know,
a damn,
I
we don't
mentioned-
give a fuck.
I hold a grudge forever. I will heal in hell.
Have you set anything on fire before?
Wait, you
No.
gon' wait. She said she gonna heal in hell.
I don't
Yeah.
know how that's even possible.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I've never set anything on fire. I don't believe in going
Well,
to jail behind my
I can't say that I haven't.
Well, if you did,
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly, I did set 2 things on fire.
Well, I mean, I ruined somebody's credit once.
I did that too.
Allegedly.
No, I didn't.
Ain't no allegedly. That's
I
facts.
did it. Because
That's
you
facts,
remember
that's
when they
facts,
used to
that's
send
facts,
all
that's
those
facts.
credit card applications when we were in college?
That's how they got you.
That's how they
messed up your credit.
So all I did, because my daddy taught me about credit. Don't you get a credit card because you don't have a job.
Correct.
However, he didn't tell me not to get that boy who screwed me over a credit card because he don't have a job.
So you had the social and everything.
Yes, because
My
I mean,
goodness.
you know what? When you are a communications student, you learn about LexisNexis and all these other things.
Nexus. I
You know
had
what I'm
to.
saying?
I had to work on
You
that
can-
for a minute.
you can-
Gerald, you feeling a little uncomfortable?
Wow, that's
Are you scared?
that's something.
I
That's
mean,
something.
that
All
was
that is something.
that was back in the day before it was criminal.
Correct.
So the statute of limitations
have run
run
out.
out.
They
That
have
was
run
never
out.
criminal.
You know,
The statute
mean,
of limitations has run out, so we're okay.
these
at this
kids
point.
will never know what life was like without technology, without caller ID, when you could order the
can we-
pizzas and send to somebody's
can
house.
we really talk about
nothing
that?
about
Can we
that.
really talk about that right now?
And I'm so
y'all?
sorry that some of y'all are going to find your daddy on that Freaknik documentary on
Can
Hulu.
we really talk about that right now? Not the Freaknik thing, but can we really talk about how this generation relies so much on living their life on social media versus what we had going on in the 1900s? Like really, when we were in the 1900s and doing our shit, it was not recorded. It was, you had a Polaroid if you had that, or you had an actual disposable camera phone where you had to take to Revco or yes, I did say Revco,
Oh my
baby.
God.
Yes, I went all the way back there. I was born in the 1900s. Revco or Eckert's or the Rite Aid, where you had to go and drop it off and wait 3-4 days for them to call you to tell you your photos are developing. You had to pay for it. Social media has ruined this generation.
But even better than that.
And it's not fun anymore.
Even better than that. Remember when the videos started, when they had the big video cameras?
And then you had to sit
and
on
all
this.
you had to do to know when you were in somebody's dorm room at Carter Hall. Allegedly.
Why you put
Allegedly.
Ooh.
All you had to do was look for the red light, and then you knew it was time to go because it was about to be something that you didn't want to follow you.
A
Down.
lot
all
of
you
people
had
miss
to
that
do.
red light. And
A lot of people did miss
they
that
missed
red
that red
light.
light.
Because you know what? A lot of y'all didn't
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I didn't live in Carter Hall, so I don't know.
Allegedly.
I
Y'all
was
missed it.
there at night, but
A lot of y'all didn't have older sisters, and a lot of y'all were not nosy enough to get prepared for college. Because I'm going to tell you 2 things. God rest her soul. My sister was 6 years older than me, and her best friend went to Fayetteville State University.
another CIAA
school. And I was nosy. I was a nosy little kid. I think that's why I'm a journalist now. I used to listen to their conversations, and I remember when my sister's friend was like, when you first go to college as a freshman, football team is there.
They're there early.
They're there early.
Them and the band students.
Them, the band, football team, freshmen. Freshmen get there, and of course, the football team ain't got nobody to talk to.
So they're going to
They're
talk
gonna
to
talk to
them
the
first.
freshmen. They're going to talk to the
because
freshmen.
they've been on campus for about 2 weeks by themselves.
Yeah.
So now they see some fresh meat. So they're going to try to mix and mingle.
That week before the upperclassmen come, the quarterback is romancing that freshman girl.
Yeah.
And sometimes she loses her mind, and maybe if she came in unexposed to the sexual nature of life, she might give it up to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Then a week and a half later, here come his real girlfriend.
His real girlfriend came back.
Captain of the cheer team.
Captain of the cheerleading team, or captain of the basketball team, or even as the what's the comedian? I can't remember her name. She's a cute girl. He might have bagged him the big dog, the coach. Came back on campus.
Oh wow.
Okay, I don't know nothing.
Allegedly.
But
Bagged him a big dog.
that girl come back, and now all of a sudden he don't know her, heartbroken. And I said, you know what? When I go to my HBCU, this ain't gonna be me. Because I think, and I want to thank my sister and her friends for having these conversations while I was babysitting little children and listening and make them pay for my ice cream. Have these conversations.
Yeah.
Because I think that prepared me for life.
Absolutely.
That's why
I think the prep talk going to school, or the prep talk of anything before going into a big event, is needed, because this generation now, all they do is they live through influencers.
Yes.
They see what the influencers are doing, and they want what the influencers are doing, but they don't know what the influencers are doing behind the scenes before that camera starts rolling. So you got a lot of influencers out there, you know, oh, I got this, I got that, he gave me this, he gave me that, but what did you really do to get that?
Girl, you co-signed for it. You're actually paying
you are actually paying for it, because you know he's not that one, or he has those resources for you to do this and do that. You are bankrolling yourself, actually. So you're paying for yourself. And at this point with social media, like, thank God, they don't have no footage of that pool party at Smith. Clear your throat.
I never went to a pool party at Smith, so that's on them. That's on them.
Yeah, you
Allegedly.
No. You see how you turn real quick? That means
glass.
You walk through that hallway just for a second. You get a refill in a minute.
I walked through and walked out.
You walked through. You sure did.
I mean, allegedly walked through and walked out.
You did, because I saw you.
I broke my ankle.
I saw you though.
I broke my ankle.
One of the reasons that we are good parents
we know now,
for us to have children, is because they don't have video of us back in the day.
Correct.
If they had video of us back in the day, we would be in trouble when explaining stuff to our children, because our children would say, wait a minute,
you did this.
you did this. Because a lot of wild stuff happened in the 90s.
Wait, so you're saying that you lie to your kids? I'm calling DSS. I'm calling white people.
Why you?
Don't call. You need to call the white people on me.
Please don't call the unseasoned
But no,
people.
I don't tell them everything. I tell them not to do X. But I don't tell them that I did X. No, you don't tell your children that.
Absolutely not.
No.
Just like our parents didn't tell. The fact they had that video back in their day, you'd be like, oh my God, you people are wild.
Because first of
Because
all,
they run hinge.
First of all, when they used to tell us to go in the room and they about to put on some Betty Wright, I'm done. Because what she said in some of them songs, that means y'all was doing that.
And you know, here's the thing too. You know, a lot.
So therefore, it moved from the records to us, what we did with the disposable cameras, I guess now to social media.
But you know, a lot of us, we have to kind of rein in how we look at this generation and how we look at these kids, because just because there's no proof of the debauchery that we were involved in, we should not sit in judgment of these kids. Because if little Kim comes on, I used to be scared of all of us,
we gonna be right there.
We know all the lyrics. We know the lyrics. So you can't sit here and judge their music. Like, I don't know a Sexy Red song, and I know people they like to call it out, but I'm looking like, from our generation to our parents' generation to our grandparents' generation.
But we can understand our music, though.
But no, that's not.
But we knew how to turn it on and off, though.
But no, here's the thing, though.
Right.
If we're going to talk about the music, that debauchery in music has been there
always,
forever.
always.
So that's why like you'll see me say a lot of things on social media, but you did never see me judging these little kids.
But see, our music.
But here's the thing, though.
What our music was straight streamlined, talked about sex and different type of ups and downs and all this. Like you said, Kim said her things. Foxy Brown said her things. We understand all of that.
Let's take it back to Prince. Little red Corvette ain't about no damn car.
No, it's not about a car.
Ain't about no car. Tambourine is, we understand all that. But when you get the Sexy Reds and the Baby and some other people who I don't know. Let's not talk about I don't. I mean, you know.
No. Excuse me.
I can't separate the artist from their band.
Excuse me. I love the Baby. I mean, Lil Baby. But these people now, like all this mumbling, I'm like, what are they saying?
But here's the thing: that music is not for you.
Amen. It sure ain't for me.
Because Prince was not for my mom and daddy. Lil' Kim was not for my mom and daddy. We have to remove ourselves from stuff that is not for us. We are, as much as we hate to admit it, we are fucking middle-aged. That shit ain't got nothing to do with
I'm going to be that auntie.
But you never said that stuff in front of your parents, though. The kids now are saying it in front of their parents.
Correct.
Their parents are letting them.
And they'd be okay with that.
So now that's on y'all as parents.
We will not, and I'm not a parent.
Well,
but,
not you.
But also.
That's on you.
But no. But you have kids calling their mom and daddy bruh.
Yes, that's a problem.
Or you got kids telling their parents, man, fuck that. I'm not washing no dishes.
That's a problem.
I didn't do that.
Okay.
But in our household, if we would never think to talk back to our parents. And if we did, we talked to our parents, back to our parents, under our breath while we washing them dishes.
Can I just say this?
Say it.
As the kids who couldn't talk back to their parents that are now parents, some of these parents they're trying to break the generational curse of you can't express yourself. Now maybe some of us think that they're going about it in the wrong way.
But expression
but you know what?
The expression is disrespectful.
Yes, you can let them express themselves without being disrespectful.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna call me bruh, or you're not gonna call me by my first name.
We're gonna let you have an opinion, but you're gonna tell it to us in a way
and I want to say this about probably the three of us. Mm-hmm. We probably had the same type of upbringing. Saying bruh, calling my parents by their first name would be disrespectful. Very. However, each household is different, and this is somebody that is the auntie to millennials who are now parents. And I have these kinds of conversations with them about how they raise their children. I was at a program I was at a Black History program not too long ago. And the host of the program was talking about, if I acted up in church, this person in church would spank me. Then when I get home, I get spanked. And
it was a trickle-down effect.
Okay, but I wanted to see how the millennial parents thought about that. Because I listen. Because again, I don't have kids. I don't have any, judgments on how people raise their children because I'm raising a dog. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm not Becky. Like, my dog is not a human. My dog is a dog. But I ask people, especially people who I care about, who are raising children now, things that in our generation, like, if I acted up in the neighborhood, my neighbor across the street really could whoop my ass.
Absolutely.
And then tell my mama why she whooped my ass. And my mama's going to whoop my ass.
Right, absolutely.
And then I'm going to cry to my dad and he going to give me $5 and take me to McDonald's because now I got McDonald's money. That's why I was a spoiled daddy's girl. But anyway, shut up. Anyway, the thing is, back in the day, there was a streamline that went through all houses. These days, different parents have different things that are okay in their house. You don't want your kids calling you bruh. That's fine. But if Josh, who is this person's child, is able to call their mom or their dad, or both their mom and their dad, bruh, when they're having a moment and they have a different way of dealing with it, just because somebody films that incident, puts it on social media, we don't know what they're saying when the kid comes to them and say, oh, bruh, I'm not doing this. Like when the camera goes off, because a lot of times, a lot of these videos that come out on social media are not actually filmed by the parents.
Yeah.
It's not the full thing. It's filmed by somebody that's like, oh my God, how can they let this kid talk to them like that? We don't know what happens when the parent sits down with that kid and talks to them. Because there is a thing called gentle parenting. Would I be a gentle parent? Probably not.
Absolutely.
That's why God did not bless me with children.
Absolutely
and I praise you and thank you for that, Jesus. Because the world would not be ready. Because I would not be that parent. I would probably be that parent that would go to the school and be like, you said my child did this. I need proof of it because I know when my child is at home, these are the things that happen. This is how my child acts. So you tell me that my child comes to school and puts on a new personality. I need proof of it. And I think it's a thing of, a lot of Gen X parents try to be friends with their kids. A lot of millennial parents try to be friends with their kids. I wasn't friends with my parents.
I wasn't friends with mine.
We didn't get friendly until I was grown.
I'm still not friends.
Well,
we still ain't friends. We still not friends.
My daddy was my best friend.
Well, and that's good.
I mean, that's
everybody's
house is different.
Everybody's relationship
but I'm
is
just
different.
saying, I don't think that and this is my personal thing, I don't think that as a 12-year-old should never say that their mama is their best friend, because your mom need to be your parent. That means your mom is going to be friendly to you at some times, but when you mess up, your mom needs to be able to step into however you accept discipline. We got to stop beating our kids. That's coming from slavery. That don't hit your kids. That's my opinion. Don't hit your kids. I don't hit my dog, so why y'all hitting the whole human?
Well, I know I got hit.
I did too.
Ditto.
And also,
I got beat. I got punished. I got things taken away from me, and it wasn't a one-day thing. It was weeks.
I did too, but you know,
and I think now, gentle parenting is good, and you can, make the kid comfortable to come to you and tell them what their problems is, tell them what their anxieties are, or tell them when they're not comfortable, or have an open dialogue. But you got to have some type of structure. You got to have some type of, and again, I'm not a parent, but you have to have some type of structure. When you walk in this house, you speak to me whether you happy or not. Because that's what you're not going to do, is not disrespect my house. No, listen. Number 2, I want to hear if you had a bad day so we can figure out how we need to fix it. If you're being bullied or if you're having an issue or anything like that, I can understand that. But when you step out of line, out of confines of where you become disrespectful or anything of that nature, you about to get a beating. You about to get grounded. I'm about to take them electronics. And it's not going to be, little Billy is okay. I'm gonna let this slide, and then not little Billy, little JJ, and then I'm gonna turn around and go buy you some Jordans. You don't want to be that strict parent. You want to give your child that space and that safe space to do and say what they want.
I'm not going to say do and say what they want. What I'm saying is there are different styles of parenting that we're seeing versus when we were growing up, when we actually had a community. Now you think about it. When we were growing up, we had a community of people who thought the same, did the same thing, expected the same thing from children. But because we and this is the Gen X part. We were treated a different way. And growing up, I think many of us have childhood trauma, and we heal through different ways and methods. Mm-hmm. One of the ways we healed is to say, I don't want to do to my children what my parents did to me. Whether it was abusive or whether it just made you as a person feel bad. So when you have children, or you decide not to have children, because that's one thing that we need to think about and remember. There are plenty of Gen Xers that don't have kids because they don't feel that they were taught how to be good parents. So they don't have children, and they have more empathy for children. But a lot of us, because we were, Gen X, we mind our business.
Right.
I would never, and me and Gerald play around a lot. I ain't gonna never tell Gerald, well, I'm not gonna tell him and his family that, well, you should be doing this way. Because that's your family, that's your business. Mm-hmm. Unless I see somebody punch their 4-year-old in the face, mm-hmm. unless I see somebody do something that is illegally wrong to a child,
right.
I'm gonna mind my business.
Right.
Now, I'm going to go on Facebook and talk about you if you in the food line. If you in food line telling somebody that they need to give up the band so that they can become a nurse, I'm going to talk about you. But
the way she looked at that camera, it was somebody specific.
But my thing is, as we look at how Gen Xers raised these millennials, how we were raised by boomers, how people have different ways of parenting. So let's say I did have kids and me and Gerald were neighbors. What goes on in his home and what goes on in my home automatically is going to be different. Yeah. Because number one, my kids ain't going to eat pork. My kids really not going to eat no beef. My kids going to go to your house and my kids are going to say, hey, how did you cook this? Now, certain people will find that disrespectful, because even at my big ass age where I live now, and I asked him, how you season these vegetables? I get a look. And I'm looking like, bitch, I'm in my 40s. Answer the goddamn question. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't eat pork. I don't eat beef. So I'm not going to eat your pork flavored green beans.
So you just want to make sure, hey, you don't have the stuff in it that I don't eat.
Right. But there are many people that get offended by that.
We have a food allergy child. Mm-hmm. And we go to places still and we ask. I notice it's getting a lot better.
It is.
Than it was. Mm-hmm. Because especially dealing with black folks, mm-hmm. family members, they're like, what? You don't eat. Mm-hmm. You can't eat such and such. Mm-hmm. Because food allergies now are very
common.
Like I have several raspberries.
I have several food allergies, and when I go out with like a group of people, like my book club, or even some sorority sisters, or even just my little circle of friends, when we meet up for dinner or whatever, and we go out to dinner, I always tell the server, I am the difficult person because I have food allergies. I have to tell them straight up, no cross contamination, because I will break out. I will have to get that EpiPen, and I'm going to put you on Facebook and say, y'all didn't listen to my food allergies because y'all tried to kill me.
But here's the whole thing. You shouldn't even have to say that you're the difficult person. If you are at a restaurant, they know that people have food allergies. They should already be doing that. So you should just say what you say. See, because I'm that person, if I said it and I'm at a professional place and y'all can't handle it, let me know before I sit down. Correct. And even order water. Correct. Because if you got some fatback juice in that water, I'm going to sue you. Correct. I believe in litigation.
Correct. Okay. Correct.
So, but when you're dealing with family members, dealing with family members and stuff, I was 16 when I first started being a vegetarian. And everybody laughed at me. They thought the shit was funny because I grew up in the rural South. And you don't get collard greens without the fat back floating in it and all this kind of stuff.
Or the smoked turkey meat or some, or the ham hocks or whatever.
Not even the turkey meat. I could have dealt with the turkey meat. But here's the whole thing too. I also grew up where every spring break, I watched my grandma, my daddy, my mama, and all them kill hogs. I'm 6 years old. I'm sitting on the fence watching them kill the hog with a sausage biscuit in my hand from McDonald's. And I'll put 2 and 2 together. This is that, and all the stuff fall out. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was so gross, and I dropped my McDonald's
and you
in the pen in the pen with the pigs, and the pigs ate it. I'm like, how you eating your cousin?
And that's what they do.
Ain't doing it.
And then I saw Charlotte's Web and read Charlotte's Web, and I thought that one of my grandma's pigs was gonna be Zuckerman's famous pig, and she killed it anyway.
Yeah, sure did.
I was sad.
Well, unfortunately, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, and it is fortunate and unfortunate.
Food wise, y'all are amazing.
One of their top things are pig pickings. So,
well, I'm just gonna say this.
I'm gonna just say that
I went to Charleston for Christmas 2 years ago. 2 years ago,
it's an experience.
2 years ago, I spent Christmas in Charleston with one of my friends from Houston, Texas, and y'all almost made me a pescatarian. And like I tell people,
from the fish and grits, or
no, I don't eat grits. No,
excuse me.
You don't eat grits?
What was it?
I don't eat grits. No, I don't.
What was it?
Every other piece of seafood.
The shrimp, the lobster.
I had the best fish sandwich in the world down in Charleston.
I mean, I eat fish, but I don't eat grits.
You don't eat grits.
And let's talk about childhood trauma. Why I don't eat grits?
Oh well, we
ain't got time.
That's another episode on that one.
But here's my thing though. We don't parent the same. You know, our parents had a code of ethics, a code of morals that everyone shared in the neighborhood. We're not even living in the same neighborhood with people that a lot of
watch
us
out for everybody. Yeah,
because you know it's like you get on the neighborhood app, but if the bus dropped my child off at the house and then here come Peter in the big white van. Oh, I didn't see anything. Bitch, you see when the people steal Amazon off somebody's porch, but correct. You didn't see my kid get sex
kidnapped. Right.
So it's like we can't think that what goes on in our homes are the same as the homes of everybody who looks like us.
And on top of that you brought that up about being on the apps and things like that in the neighborhoods, being in the safe neighborhoods. Now it's more. You have to divulge so much information because if there's a pedophile in your area, they have to register.
They do.
And on that app, it will show you registered pedophile.
And it will.
With no problems. So we are, in the 1900s, you had pedophiles, but you didn't know what house they stayed in. Until somebody said, don't go to that house, or don't go on them steps, or don't walk past that house. If you got to walk past that house, you walk across the street. Now, again, social media, technology has made it accessible and easy for us to know these bad areas.
I will
so,
say
of course, parenting does become a little different. But again, I'm going to go back and, as everybody say now, standing on business, or
y'all better stop using that for the Republicans.
Right. Or standing on my square. You got to have some type of structure of discipline, of respect. That is the holy grail of your foundation.
But that structure is different for every family.
Very true.
And that's one thing that I had a conversation.
But I can't change my structure.
You can't change your structure for your family.
So you're saying respect for means something different in each family.
It really does. And I'm not just saying that for me because I have 2 millennial nephews that have kids now. I'm old as fuck. However,
girl, shut up.
But I look good. So anyway, but I talked to them about their parenting style, not because I'm trying to judge them or tell them what they should or should not do. Because I'm really the best TT ever, and I'm going to keep that.
Excuse me. So I am the best.
Anyway,
auntie.
Okay. Do you have grades? Do you have grades? Okay, so you're not. Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't. Well, not unfortunately. I'm good because my niece and nephew are bomb.
Okay, I believe it.
Don't trip. I'll fight you. Okay, continue.
But I'm just saying, I want to know how, when I'm around their children, when I'm a part of their children's lives, how I can continue to do what they're doing at home.
To reinforce
you know what I'm saying? To reinforce it.
Not do something
not
different.
do something different. Not be like, well, this is how it was when I was growing up.
The reinforcements.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
gotcha.
Makes
sense.
If they believe that, you know, a kid can say certain things that, like, first, here's my thing. I don't care if you say yes, ma'am to me, or no, ma'am, or no, sir. I don't care. If I ask you something, if I say, Gerald, would you like a popsicle? Yes. I don't find that disrespectful. Now, I don't even find disrespectful.
No,
I mean, I know a lot of y'all do, but I don't find disrespectful because it's, for me, I've always said it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because some people have said to me, oh my God, that's what you're wearing today? That's cute. And I'm looking like, and your mama should have swallowed.
Jesus Christ.
Because I can understand the tone. Now, if I'm outside with the kids and I got a big old box of popsicles, I'm like, y'all want popsicles? And they're like, yeah. I'm not gonna be
that's
like,
fun.
I'm not gonna be
fun.
like, say yes, ma'am.
No, that's fun.
If it's me and my niece or my nephew, or, you know, and they may have two friends, and, hey, who wants popsicles? Y'all want popsicles? Yeah, we want popsicles. That's fine.
Perfectly fine.
Or even if it's me one-on-one with them. You want a popsicle? Yeah. Here you go. And I'm also, because it was something that I hated as growing up as a child. If I'm making something, because first of all, if I'm cooking, be scared. But if I'm
you still haven't got that cooking thing down?
Don't do that. I get I like vegetarian corn dogs. Kids like corn dogs. Don't make faces at me. So I had some vegetarian corn dogs.
What is in a vegetarian corn dog?
Chemicals. But anyway.
Good night.
So I had some vegetarian corn dogs. And
your country almost came out.
It sure did.
Corn dog. Mm-hmm.
It sure did. I mean, you know, I am what I am.
Hey.
But my nephew's little girl said she wanted to try it. And I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. Because she really likes me and she likes to do some of the things I like to do. But I told her when I was putting the corn dogs in the oven, hey, if you don't like it, you don't have to finish it, because we don't do that here. If you want to try something and you realize you don't like it, you don't have to finish it. Because one thing that I grew up with was, you asked for it, you're going to eat it. That's why I don't eat grits.
Oh, gotcha.
Because it's like, just because you ask for it, like, you know, you want kids to try new things. Maybe she'll like it. Maybe she won't like it. Of course she didn't like the vegetarian corn dog.
So is it the texture of the grits you don't like?
What?
Is it the texture of the grits?
Grits are...
Do you eat oatmeal?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
You don't even eat oatmeal?
I don't eat oatmeal either. So I just wanted to ask, grits or oatmeal, because a lot of people who don't eat grits, they eat oatmeal, and a lot of people who eat oatmeal don't eat grits. So it's just one of those. Well, I mean, like, grits and rice are a staple in South Carolina. Period. But, you know, some people don't like grits, but they like oatmeal. But if she doesn't like both, then she's a part of a different South Carolina. But, you know,
I know she didn't say I was a part.
Yes, I did.
I saw the shade.
Yes,
no, y'all are from different parts.
No, you're just from a different part.
Eat a lot of rice down where she's from.
Right, and we eat grits. But there are people who live in other parts of South Carolina who don't eat grits, but they eat oatmeal. So you're in a different part of South Carolina. I'm not trying to throw no shade, because I would say, bitch, you crazy. But you don't eat either of them, and that's okay. But you eat rice.
But here's the thing, though. I don't know how much time you got to be quick. My mom used to cook breakfast every Sunday before we went to church.
Amen.
And I did not like eating grits.
Okay.
I had a black daddy who ain't play that shit. Oh, you gonna eat what's on that plate. You gonna sit there until you eat it. But what he forgot was I was named after him. He was stubborn. So guess what?
You were stubborn
His
too.
child is stubborn. That's why they named me after him.
He met his match.
So we sitting there, like the Puffy and whoever staring, because I'm like,
So y'all was East Coast, West Coast.
yeah. So I'm looking like,
Forget Puffy.
and I'm sitting there.
Forget Puffy. Y'all was East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
sitting
much.
there. I'm
Okay.
sitting there like,
Puff Daddy has allegations against him, allegedly.
Allegedly. Really, Gerald?
Allegedly.
Really? I can't.
Listen, she might want to get sued. I'm not into that.
but I didn't say nothing about his allegations. You brought it up.
Allegedly.
But I'm just saying we were sitting there like this.
So y'all had a face off.
We had a face off. And then it was like, I was the reason why my mama stopped cooking breakfast for 20 years. Because he tried to make me eat cold grits.
Okay.
And that shit was
Really?
nasty. Yeah, because
Well, I mean, if you,
I've always been an influencer.
I mean, if you put some Gouda in there and put a little, butter and some
They did
some
all that.
chicken stock
Grits are
and keep
nasty.
it warm
I don't
and
know about
everything.
that
It's
chicken
going.
stock.
You eat
But
that-
You got just
cook
well.
it.
Excuse me.
I don't eat no kind of hot cereal.
Ma'am, you could put bone broth in there.
No,
and you can just fluff it up and
I am not
make it
eating-
wonderful.
I'm not
And we're not
eating
going to
grits.
make you eat. We're not going to make you eat grits.
And grits is horse food. But
and
anyway,
understandable. We're not gonna make you eat grits.
Grits is horse food.
And Gerald is not gonna figure out why you don't eat grits or try to make you to eat grits because
Glad we had grits when you came over to our house.
just know when you bring her back over, don't ever do that. So if y'all do brunch, no grits.
I don't even do brunches. I don't
and that's
I don't
fine.
fool with people with their brunches.
And that's fine.
Everybody's like, ooh, let's get some grits and shrimp.
I love brunch. I love brunch.
Like, let me
you
just
can
drink
you
the
can do
mimosa.
rice. You can do rice. There's just nothing wrong with that.
You eat a
Nothing
lot of
wrong with
rice in
that.
my house. A lot of rice.
Because rice is amazing.
It is amazing.
It's okay.
I feed my
I eat a lot
dog
of
rice, peas, and carrots and
See
steak.
now you
What
let
about a milk bone?
right. Or the
She don't like milk bone.
Oh goodness gracious! So you got a bougie dog. Mm-hmm. She's an influencer too.
Not yet.
Oh,
Was she
okay.
wearing
well,
she was wearing a sweater, wasn't she?
No, my dog does not have a sweater yet.
Does she wear a tutu?
She does not have a tutu.
She had rain boots, a rain jacket.
She does not have a rain jacket. She had a pink and green, what do you call
Harness
those things?
thingy?
Harness. And she has a pink and diamond collar.
Oh,
But she also has to go to training classes right now. She tried to hump a dog this morning.
she's trying to get her. She's trying to get her freak on.
She is, and she's
How was
still
she
a baby.
trying to hunt up a dog?
Because I didn't have on a leash, and this lady was walking down
She
the
was
street
trying-
with
she
her
saw-
dog.
she saw her-
and
she saw her thing.
she saw the dude, and she jumped up on him. And because he's older, he was ready to stick it in. And I was like, I'm gonna
saw
fight
her
this lady if
thing.
she don't take these dogs away.
My
from my dog.
goodness, y'all!
Even though I
Cheris
broke
is
the law.
Cheris is.
Why you blocking?
I broke the
am
law
done.
because I should have had her on the leash. So I apologize for that. But I really was about to fight
Look
that
at
lady.
you
So I'm looking like,
abiding,
why
sizzling,
don't-
and breaking the law.
Why don't you want her to have a little fun? What's going on with that?
Because if she get pregnant, then who's gonna take care of them kids? Damn it! When your sons get ready to have a little fun, I want you to remember this. Record this. Send me this link. What's wrong with them having a little fun? I'm gonna remind you.
At
Do I
5
need-
years
do-
old, my
do I-
wife
do
went
I
to my
need to?
oldest son and said, "Don't you bring no babies home." And he looked up at her playing with his toys and said, And that was how that went.
That's
And she
how it
says
went.
that every
Okay,
year.
but that's what your wife said. Now,
Krista,
we
I'm
know
just
that
gonna tell you right
we
now.
know that your wife stands on business, but you
Jesus.
just said what's wrong with. So I'm gonna keep that clip forever.
And I'm gonna wrap this and say, Krista,
We apologize.
I'm sorry.
We
I am so sorry for these two. But my two-piece followers, I hope you have enjoyed this talk, this time, this everything that we have done today. Oh my God, why did I do this? But as always, like, share, comment, follow. We're gonna put their links in the bio for you to friend them, follow them. Cheris is a great influencer. She's an amazing author. I've read several of her books. Go to the library. It's in the Charlotte Mecklenburg Library as well. But I just want to thank them for being on the show. Gerald, you are the second repeat. You are the first repeat. Second on the show.
And that's not offender. That's just
And that's
repeat.
not offender. It's just repeat. It's a good
Allegedly is not
why did you hit allegedly? Oh my gosh. But anyway, as always, my followers, shades down, glasses up. He doesn't have a Coke in his hand, but it's all good. 2-piece. Thank you.